They were in that game for a long while.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Shot by Ogo just wide of the goal of Ryan Sek.
Yeah, Belgium just like, in the end was a little bit more like, yeah, experienced, I don't know, like, but in the end they brought it home. But still, yeah, Canada was long in that game, like wasn't a blowout loss.
Ogo surveying the field. Canada have pressured the Australians back near their goal. If Ogo can find an opening, he might as well pull the trigger. There it goes. Shot, rebound. Another try by Ogo, but saved by Sek and Ode and the rest of the Australian crew. And here goes Ode. Johnson Wilson digging for it. Stephen Webb has been seemingly the Australians' go-to guy for creating offense. To try to set up his blockers. Alex McLean pops out, brings some pressure, and Webb sends a pass in the direction of Dima Ode, but Wilson and Ogo combines to collect for Canada. Ogo now picks up speed. Ogo set some picks. The Canadians yell out, wanting some screens set for Ogo, some blocks. Ogo back to the always entertaining Ramin Ronak. Has a wild style, flailing, swinging, free swinging style. It's a very long stick, so he has incredibly long range. Shot, oh, just wide. I thought he was in for a moment. Just wide. Nice try by Ronak. Here again, maybe. Nope. Ogo, Sek, cleared by Webb. And Bon Giovanni can... Oh, no, Ogo steals it from her. Surrounded by Webb and Bon Giovanni. Here's Wilson. Kept away by Kieran Watts. And an Australian goal ball. So, nice couple of looks here for Canada. Kasiki and Captain Watts in conversation. Kasiki, the Finnish referee. One of 3 Finnish referees, actually, at this year's World Cup. Here's Ode. Spontaneous sing-along of the Australian national anthem. Excuse me, that's TNT by AC/DC.
At least it's the unofficial one.
The unofficial national anthem. Oh,
what?
Here's Watts. Oh, tried to thread the needle under Scott Haycock, Stephen Webb. No. Haycock did well that time to keep Stephen Webb away. Ogo wins it. He's got Ronak in front. The pass just a little bit behind Ronak. Ogo seek to get around the net. He finds Wilson on the backside. He sends it back. Ronak to collect. Alex McLean, the T-stick for Canada, getting a a rare start. The veteran, he was with the team along with Ronak and Haycock and Ogo. Ooh, at the 2018 World Cup. Nice save that time by Sek. Off of the shot from Ronak from deep. Oh, they're very patient here. Almost inviting pressure from the Canadians. She gives it up to Webb, who doubles back, circles his own net. A pass to Watts, but Wilson there. Oh, here's Ronak. Oh,
Great save.
nice try, Ronak, but calmly saved by Ryan Sek. Big play by the youngster. Stephen Webb with a pass up court. Ronak lets it go for Ogo. Here goes Ogo. A shot. Save once again by Sek. One more time, Sek. Whew.
Yeah, so far he keeps them in the game.
The Aussies hanging on by the skin of their teeth. You'll hear the shot again from Ogo. Stoned by Sek.
Ronak's such a long reach. Really crazy.
Not only does he have long arms and nice upper body strength, he also plays with what has to be the longest stick in the entire tournament.
Seems definitely so.
1.5 meters, that thing must be. It's so long, I sometimes speculate, I sometimes wonder if he'd be better off shortening it a little bit. He's always right on the edge of getting out of control with that thing. A shot from Ogo. Another block, I think, by Sek. A lot of contact in front from Ronak on Ode.
Yeah, and I mean, he doesn't hold the stick at the top end. He holds
That's
it
true as
somewhere
well.
in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dima Ode giving the volunteers some work there in the corner.
Straightening out the boards. Here's Ronak. Such a fun player to watch, Ronak is. Yeah, he's going to set himself off for a shot here. No. Turned away by Mangiovanni behind the back. Oh! Oy, oy, oy. Very close to taking a lead here, Canada. Oh, boy, once again. Just off a Sek. Third time. Until Webb can finally clear. He takes a shot. Oh, Haycock.
Almost mishandled it.
Almost fumbled it, but able to keep it out. This is a deja vu for Team Canada. They were at times, wouldn't say dominant, but they were definitely in the driving seat of that Belgium game. Couldn't find their way through, and ultimately Belgium ended up taking the lead and eventually running away with it. But Canada, they really want to take advantage of this early flourish. Once more, and I suspect not for the last time, we'll have the boards there straightened out. This is the last game, of course, for these two teams. Last game of the tournament. So no need to save the energy. You can leave all on the court this time. Wilson now. Doubles back. Looking for blocks from Ogo and Ronak. McLean in there as well. Oh, shot just wide by Ogo. Once again, the Canadians are creeping ever closer to scoring against the Australians, but The Australians hanging on, still scoreless. 11 minutes into the game. Aude blocks the attempt from Ogo. Webb now. Ogo batted around in the corner. Giovanni there. Webb. Watts tips it out, but it falls to Ronak. And he will regroup. That long stick of his chair in one county and the ball in another. Perhaps I should say canton. Here's Webb. Who powers his way through, but Ogo up. Blocking foul here against the Ogo. I'm not sure about that call, but it'll be an Australian ball nonetheless. We've spent a lot of the day been disagreeing with the referees, Jan. I think maybe we should reread the rule book. It can't be all the refs who are picking up the wrong thing, so maybe I shall bite my tongue from now. Here's Webb.
Yeah, but I think like the most controversial stuff is always like this situations like we had before with Ogo. Like when a player's there and another one arrives there. And I mean, yeah, the point or like the moment of the impact is really important. And I think, yeah, that's sometimes it's really tough to say or like, and I mean, as a player, yeah, you often feel like that you are in the right or that you. So come on, that was not that bad. But like from the viewer's perspective or referee's perspective, it looks like you rushed really without limits just into the other player. But it's really a thin line.
These 50-50 calls there. There are quite a few of them in this game, in this sport. And I think if you gave the referees truth serum, I think they'd admit that sometimes they just they flip a coin in their head, in their mind, and just do whatever the coin tells them to. Ogo just wide. Another great look for Team Canada. They just can't break the dam here. Jack O'Keefe has entered the game instead of Dima Audi. Seen quite a bit of O'Keefe in the tournament. Oh, moves the board a bunch here, and Canada will get a free ball. Players not allowed to move the boards, so technically every time the boards are moved, some sort of call must be made. Maybe you were pushed into them. Not the case this time by O'Keefe. Also in the game for Canada, Logan Sanford. He took the place of Captain Kieran Watts. A shot from Ronak, a save from Sek. Shot follow up by Ogo. Sek still with a perfect record in this game. He's racking up the saves.
That chance before from Ogo, I didn't understood what Stephen Webb saw, or like if he saw his teammate, because he just played the ball
right to him,
yeah, just on his stick.
Here's Ogo on the move. Ronak opposite him. Careful, reversing, but Sanford takes it on the chin. Here's Ogo. Met by Sanford. Up comes O'Keefe. The Australians a little more activity on defense now. Perhaps realizing that what they were doing earlier wasn't quite working out. Megan Hines also in the game now instead of McLean.
Sek again.
Another save from Ryan Sek. This is what I'm talking about. It's hard to gauge the quality of, for example, a goalkeeper when when his team is playing a much, much better team, and they have been all tournament long, the Australians. And so it's a little hard to tell if Sek is a good goalkeeper, and he's making an impressive case so far. So here's a timeout. I'm not sure who called it.
I think it was a technical timeout by Australia.
Bon Giovanni seems to have some sort of issue. So still scoreless, 14 minutes into the game. It's been a cagey game. Canada has had most of the possession, most of the shots. But of course, as long as the game is tied, Australia very much in with a chance. Remember, if this game somehow ends 0-0 or some other tie, we will go into extra time and possibly a penalty shootout if it should come to that.
That would be exciting.
It's got to be that's a fairly rare occurrence, these penalty shootouts. Obviously, during the group stages, if the game is tied, the game just ends. But now on the knockout stages, a winner must be found. Webb ahead to O'Keefe. Needs to get around Sanford's block there, doesn't. Ogo picks it up. Sanford harassing Ogo. Megan Hines comes to help out, set a screen. Wilson as well now. O'Keefe pressuring high up. Ogo. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh,
Sneaky shot by Ogo, just kept out by Sek. I think that was luck more than anything, to be honest. You need a little of that when you're under siege like this. The Canadians clearly in the driver's seat of this game. O'Keefe just rips in reverse and backs into Ronak and Ogo. No call though. Here's Bon Giovanni.
and that was also a clear one. Or like to me. Okay.
Sometimes play on is the better option.
Yeah.
The referees, you don't want to completely ruin a game by whistling all the time. Here's Ronak with a
Trying it.
somehow ends up sending it out of bounds himself. I think it was off of the save from Sek. Immediately gets ready to get the game back into play. Webb backhand pass towards O'Keefe. Covered well by Ogo. Not sure what Webb is seeing with all these. Oh! And finally the Canada gets through with a goal. 1-0 Canada at 16 minutes into the game. Shot from pretty far out here. Just round Sanford here, and Canadians not quite ready for it. And for the first time, Sek is beaten. The Australians got to figure out a way to retain possession, to keep control of the ball. They are simply turning it over too quickly. Never able to get anything going. Here's O'Keefe up to Webb. Patience now. He just punches it ahead to here's Ogo. Webb reaches for it. Comes up empty, and Ogo had his teammate Wilson pretty open, but not able to connect. One of the handstick players for Australia probably should have gotten that ball. Asking a lot of Sek to maneuver the ball back to the right position. Megan Hines crashing the party. Webb fights through multiple Canadian challenges, and one is called by Kasiki. Ronak is told to calm down. I fear that won't have much of an effect.
No.
Ronak with a very clear strategy of just hacking at the ball whenever he sees it. Just see ball, hit ball. Seems to be his approach.
And then just seconds later he gets the green card.
Seconds later another slashing, and he was warned, to be fair. And Siki will book him with a green card. Green card, not much of consequence right now. But, of course, if he's to pick up another one, Ronak, and let's be honest, that's not outside the realm of possibility. That will carry with it along with it a 2-minute suspension in the form of a yellow card. Wilson now.
Yeah, I would also say
Wilson, he has Ogo with him. Oh, just mishandled it.
Oh,
shot saved by Sek.
Great save again.
Ogo. Wait, here's Webb.
Ronak trying to be careful there.
So the lot of contact from Wilson here. I'm surprised to see that allowed. Again.
Yeah, it was close there.
But it's a Canadian ball. Sanford. Australian ball, of course. Sanford well positioned. So he will stop Wilson, who just plowed through him.
He was shaking his head. So.
Yeah, Wilson was?
Yeah. Didn't understand the call.
It's not the first time we've seen this from Wilson. He was pretty hot under the collar in that Belgium game as well. So maybe Wilson should join you and I in our little study group, reading up on the rules.
He would be a welcome member, definitely.
It's Ogo now leading the break, but O'Keefe cleans it up. Oh, leaves it for Webb. Now what? Siki. We'll go with the referee ball. He urged the players to calm down a little bit with all the contact. These are two frustrated teams. Canada frustrated that they haven't been able to make the Australians pay the early going here. They've had plenty of good looks, plenty of shots. Oh. There's another one from Ronak. But with 20 seconds to go in this game, in this half, they're only up by 1. Australians, on the other hand, got to be frustrated that they aren't able to really put their mark on the game yet. Is Ogo a shot saved by Sek, who's having a brilliant half.
Ooh, penalty.
Very close, at least. It must have been. So that's the end of the first half. A one goal lead to Canada in this rivalry game. And we see slow motion pictures here of Ogo. A shot from. Can we see it's a certainly very close to flirting with the penalty line there. Jan and I will be back alongside these two teams when they return for the second half. So far, thanks for watching. I hope you'll stick around. This game teetering on the edge. And the sound you hear there is the buzzer signaling the end of halftime. Australia and Canada about to start their last 20 minutes of this tournament. Canada took the lead late in the second half. And we must say the Canadians have been in the driving seat so far in this game. They have been... Ooh, nice job by Kieran Watts. He's a nice player, Watts. He scored earlier, one of the rare Australian goals. Scored early in the tournament. So it's sent back deep for Canada, and they will regroup. O'Keefe feigning pressure. But Canada with a number of good looks. Ryan Seck very much keeping, goalkeeper Ryan Seck very much keeping Australia in the game. But here's Ogo. He gets his second on a similar shot to the one he sent in during the first half. So Canada up 2-0. He's sort of left open here. See in the slow motion, not a lot of Canadians around him, and he has time and space to fire off a shot. Sek, no chance. So Stephen Webb will try again to build up.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit more aid. Like, I mean, it's three hand stiff players by Canada are really strong. Like, or yeah,
he needs more help from the blockers, from his teammates. Daniel O'Brien and Kieran Watts have entered the game during halftime instead of Bongiovanni and Sanford. Here's Webb with a shot. Oh, blocked by Ronak and tipped out of bounds. Only Rodney Baxter yet to play for Team Australia. Otherwise, they have emptied the bench. Yeah. The Canadians, meanwhile, have stayed with a short rotation. We still have Dean, Shaban, Film, and Martins on the bench. Yet to play in this game. They are doing well, the starters for Australia. So the starters plus Hines. Here's Webb. Shot. Oy, just kept out by Haycock. A decent look there for Australia. They'll let Ogo build again. Hope to force a turnover and a quick transition. So the Canadians you see here, when they are transporting the ball, when they're moving the ball around, they are sort of pushing down on the ball with their sticks and basically sort of dragging it along. That allows them to not only maneuver more freely and more tightly, but also just retain possession. It's really hard to steal it away from you when you are pressing down on the ball like that. That's something the Canadians should learn from. Excuse me, the Australians should learn from. We don't see that a lot from the Australians, and it would help them retain possession a little bit to force the opponent to play defense. Ogo looks up. Pressured by Webb, but he can't steal it. Another shot from Ogo, but blocked by Sek once again. If Ronak needed a bit of a shorter stick, he could possibly trade with Stephen Webb.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think that would give Webb a little more range, a little more flexibility, and maybe the ability to carry the ball, like is so common by the top players, and like Ogo does here. This way you can shield the ball with your chair.
No.
A shot blocked by
Pity.
his teammate Wilson. This has been the Ogo show so far. Scored both goals for Canada. O'Brien wins it, sends it to O'Keefe, who mishandles, and Ogo picks it back up. With the Australian. Another shot from Ogo. But a save by Sek once again. The Australians running this high of a turnover rate also makes it easy, cheap to go and pressure them when they do have the ball. It would be so beneficial to their game if they could hang on to it a little bit more. This call, though, goes against the Canadians, and the Aussies will have a free ball. O'Brien rubbing his nose. I wonder if something hit him. The youngster, O'Brien, the youngest player of the tournament. Only 13 and a half, basically. It's quite incredible to be on the other side of the world, playing with and against grown-ups at such a young age. Here's Ogo.
Yeah, definitely exciting for, to start that early, team career that early.
So a lot of high hopes from Australia, hanging on the talents of Daniel O'Brien. Johnson Wilson gets another talking to from the referee. Calma, calma. Tranquilo. Wilson has a temperament with him. Uh-oh, here's a booking. This time for Ogo. We might have suspected it would be Ronak again, but this time it's Ogo. So both the prime handstick players are now booked from Canada. Something up with Ryan Sek's chair. Maybe it's a side support or his armrest there. Needs to pick me up just to get a better seat. Two minutes. The Australians are allowed to work on Sek and his chair. Otherwise, they would have to substitute. They haven't dressed any other goalkeepers, so better get him ready. There he goes. We'll tip it off to Webb. The Canadians sitting very deep right now. Somewhat uncharacteristically, they have been bringing some pressure. Hines rushes up. Ronak follows her. Okay.
Oh.
Shot from Webb, but trickles wide. Here's Webb. Australia with a rare turn. This close to the Canadian goal. The pass from Webb was blocked by Hines. Turned into Haycock, and Baxter wasn't looking.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, oof. A shot from Ogo from a wide angle. Oh man, the ball was just bouncing along the penalty area arc there, and had Baxter turned the other way, he would have seen it and certainly taking a stab at it. Oh! Here's a shot from a wide angle. Stephen Webb able to find a hole in behind Scott Haycock. What in the world? There's a lot of contact here. Powers his way through. And then, how on earth? It's almost as if he shot it right through Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't believe my own eyes, Jan. Well, so Team Australia pulling one back. They're back in this game. With
We have a game now.
12 and a half to go. That is the risk you run when you're Canada and you're missing all these nice looks on goal. One goal underneath Ryan Seck. It hit Ogo and somehow found its way wide of the net. Ogo with a lot of space here. The Australian defense a little out of sorts.
Now they're gaining back control.
Yeah.
No,
Knock on wood. Here's Wilson. Surrounded by Aussies. Surely he can't win this. A lot of muscle put into this by Wilson. Complete scrum here with Webb and Wilson. Another harsh tackle by Wilson. Now he's arguing with his own coach. His coach telling him to calm down, man. Just let him go. But Wilson is a terrier. And now he is booked. Wilson. After a little break, he's shaking his head. He can't believe it.
All the hand stick players.
I think he gets a talking to from Ronak as well. Calm down, man. All three handstick players of Canada have been booked. Slight worry. I have to think suspension, a 2-minute suspension here could be crucial enough to allow Australia back into the game. Baxter called for being a little rough. So, Ronak. Long arms, long stick. If he can fire up that arm, he can get a lot of power, and there it is. Great stuff by Ronak. Just as I was saying, that he has a bit of a wind-up, but once he gets going, he fires it in behind Ryan Seck. Boom. Timeout here for Australia. Bit of a shame. They were had clawed the deficit back to 1, but now back to 2 due to Ronak's hammer of a shot. Canadian staff here working on the hand of Scott Haycock. Maybe a little sweaty. To be fair, it is extremely hot here in Stadthalle. Of course, the heat wave going through Europe. Especially here late in the day. And, the sun has been hammering down on the on Stadthalle.
Yeah, there was not really a relief, on a moment of relief. It's really ongoing.
So even if you're in a break or something, you venture outside, it's just as hot out there. So there's no escaping it. All about staying hydrated, trying to stay focused. It's Webb with a shot. It's blocked by Ronak. Another shot blocked by Haycock. Okay, so here's Ogo. Surrounded by Watts. And Webb, who, in his attempt to steal the ball away, moves the boards. Little unnecessary there, you'd have to say. They had Ogo caught and surrounded. Better to have a little patience.
Yeah, definitely.
Ronak with another shot. This time from the penalty line. Inching closer behind Zek, and now this game is getting out of hand for the Aussies. 4-1 Canada. And Ronak has taken over this game. He and Ogo both with 2 goals, but look at this stuff. They are just the Australians, and you let him get that close. I'd love to see a little more activity from the youngster O'Brien on defense. He could have done more to block the shot there from Ronak. Ronak.
Wow.
It's incredible. I mean, his reach is a weapon. Just drag the ball along with him behind his back. Look at here. This is going to be a great angle. Get away from Baxter. Can't reach. And then just swings away.
Almost hitting Webb.
It's almost dangerous hitting Webb and even O'Brien in the Danish zone. So not only is it a very effective shooting weapon, it's also a little bit intimidating. You have a windmill like that coming at you. Oh, go back the other way. He'll poke it around. Webb and
but the idea was great.
The idea was so good from Ogo, poking it ahead to Ronak. Wilson even with him in front of the net, but a blocking call at midcourt. Webb. Oh, a shot saved by Haycock. Wilson again. Just no holes barred. Up to Ronak. Nice play by Wilson. Ronak to Ogo. Oh. Shoots it high. As if he wanted to shoot it as hard as possible. He ended up scooting it up and out of play.
Webb going for another try. Split the defense here.
Ogo.
Yeah.
Here's Wilson. Ronak. It'll be an Australian ball.
He touched the boundaries.
Touched the boards there.
Not a lot, but enough to.
Webb. Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, there he is. On the second time around, he gets it by Haycock. He completely fumbled it the first time, but the rebound fell to himself and able to turn it home. Missed the big one, scored on the hard one. So we see him celebrating with Baxter and Watts. Ronak. Oh, 5-2 now. Ronak sitting up top. His arm cocked back. He's ready to fire if he sees a crack. Yep. Oh, blocked by Sek. And Webb as well, I think. Here's O'Brien winning the ball. Great stuff. He needs to center the ball now. Yes, gets it to Webb, who takes an early shot. A little more patience here from the Australians. I think would do them well. We'll get a change from Canada. Out goes Hines, I believe.
Substitution for Team Canada. For Megan Hines, plays Rachel Dean.
Here comes Rachel Dean. Her first minutes of the game. 7.5 to go. The Aussies still with a slight chance, but no time for dilly-dally. We'll have to strike quickly. Webb. As soon as he turns his back, the Canadians rush him from behind.
Just worn out like wasps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and winning the ball.
The black and yellow chairs as well.
Wait. Yeah. Nothing happened there.
Oh. A lot of contact between Ogo and Watts. Ronak. Have to be careful with Ronak. He's liable to shoot at any point. Oop, gets by Baxter. Oh, loses the ball, but Ogo's right there to pick it up. He'll tell you it was on purpose. I doubt it. Oh, a shot from a wide angle. Kept out by Sek. Webb now collects. He's got a good block from Watts, but Wilson there to blow up the play.
Great block by Sek there. Nice.
And here's Webb. Can he get it to O'Brien maybe? Nope, Baxter wanted it too. Ronak fighting hard with O'Brien, not afraid to get his stick in there. Something of a scrum here. I don't think they'll get this ball out of here. Oh, maybe. Here's Webb.
This is Webb, yeah.
Poking at it. Baxter should be higher up. There he comes. Pick up any loose ball. And we get an Australian free ball at the Canadian penalty hash mark. Here's O'Brien dragging the ball. Webb, high ball, but it's smothered by Haycock anyway. What are we waiting for here? Yeah, okay. Here we go. 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go of this World Cup for these two teams. Besides bragging rights and a little consolation, on the line here is, of course, world ranking points. Those are crucial in deciding seedings in tournament play. Oh,
wow, nice.
Ronak putting on a show here in the second half. He makes it 6-2. Pretty nice play, showing the Australians how it's done. Gets by 1, gets by 2. Whips it into the short corner behind Brian Sek.
Canada, player number 21, Ramin Rona.
Did you mention the change from Hines to Dean? I was not sure.
I think I actually did, Jan.
Yeah.
That time I was on my game.
Now I remember it.
But thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Up. Ogo picking up a loose ball here. Ooh,
Oh, nice play.
nice play there behind the back from Ogo. He's in on goal. His shot saved by Sek. Well done. 4 minutes to go as Stephen Webb. I've been calling him Ryan all week long. I apologize. Wonder who Ryan Webb is.
I don't know anyone.
Stephen Webb initiates the offense for Australia. Met by Ronak, a shot save, Haycock. Nice pass from Wilson, trying to find Ronak. Poked away by Webb. Wilson once again will have a crack at it. Makes contact with Baxter, but both players carrying on. Here's Kieran Watts, a nice defensive move. Wilson seemed to run out of steam there on his right arm.
Push it through there. What?
That's
Yeah.
okay. So O'Brien will get on the referee naughty list. I think Wilson should be counting his blessings here.
Definitely should get the red. Yeah, sorry. Not red card, sorry. The yellow card for that, yeah.
Wilson already being booked, of course. Not of huge importance here, but it's always tough when you're losing a game you were hoping to win, and now the refs are against you all of a sudden as well. It's tough mentally for a young guy like O'Brien, but
wow, nice try.
It all just grows toughness. Sek, is he on top of this one? He is. So an Australian goal ball with 2 minutes and change. Webb into a scrum with Dean and Ronak. Jack O'Keefe and Logan Sanford have entered the game for Team Australia. Once again, a lot of contacts along the boards. Here's Ronak. Sanford. Nifty move by the Australian there. Just drive over the ball and leave it for your hand stick teammate. Webb tries to poke it ahead for O'Brien. He's hit by Ronak and will get a free ball. Shot from Webb, but it's blocked by the Canadians. A shot will go. And Sek was caught out of position. He was scrambling back and couldn't make it to the near post. Ogo tucks it in. Sek had been up there trying to start the play for Australia, and he just couldn't make it back in time after it was a pretty immediate turnover from Stephen Webb. So in comes Michael Martins. He takes the place of Johnson Wilson for the last 70 seconds here. Webb poked away by Martins.
Next score, number 97, Yasin.
The ball underneath Ronak. I'm not sure he knows. Now he does.
Johnson Wilson.
But O'Keefe
Number 87,
comes away with it.
Martins.
Here's Ogo now. Sends it out of bounds. Yep, another scoop. Some sort of debris is on the court, thrown out by the referee. Can be collected at the scores table if anyone finds out they're missing a part on the chair. Happens all the time. Sometimes it's a whole junkyard out there on the scorers table with the bits and pieces falling off the chairs. Uh-oh, here's Ronak against the scrambling Sek. Oh, Ronak just feels it in to the far corner. Or was it maybe Michael Martins who got the final touch on that? Not sure, maybe takes one swing at it and then, oh, I think it goes in straight.
Yeah, there actually.
Yep. Good job by Ronak. I think that's his fourth or fifth, maybe?
Yeah, fifth, I guess. Yeah.
He has taken control of this match. Ogo, the key player for Canada in the early goings, but Ronak has taken matters into his own hands. Now Ogo going back the other way. He's got Martins with him. Here's the pass. Martins. Oh, saved by Sek. Mishandled, I think, there by Martins. 3 seconds to go until the tournament is over for these two teams. There it is. 8-2, the final score. Canada beating Australia. A game that was certainly dominated by the Canadians, but with Ronak running rampant in the second half, they ended up beating their Australian sister program with by 6.
6-goal margin.
That concludes the actions of today's action from Stadthalle Sursee in Switzerland. Tomorrow we will be back, of course, with more action. We are having a day full of placement matches, so all games should be close and pretty much even. We'll just a quick rundown of the schedule tomorrow. We'll start 9:45 with the game between help me out here, Jan, Belgium and Spain.
Yeah.
For the 7th game, and at noon it will be an interesting matchup, I think, between two teams who are no doubt disappointed to be playing that match. That's Germany and Italy. That's at noon, and of course the bronze medal game. That's at 2:15, a quarter past. That will be Team Switzerland, who barely lost to Denmark here earlier on. Disappointing, of course, heartbreaking even for the host to exit. They'll be playing Finland, who just were overpowered by the Dutch powerhouse. And then, speaking of the Dutch, of course, 4:30. I mean, 4:30. The Dutch will take on the Danes. The Dutch favorites, certainly, but the Danes have a tendency to stay in these games with solid defense and a strong shooting performance from Alexander Pedersen. So look out for that. So please join us tomorrow for all these wonderful placement games. Surely we will have some overtime action, some penalty shootouts. Who knows? Until then, thanks for watching. I've been Klaus Vestergaard. I thank you here from Jan Öniger as well. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye-bye.